My name is Lisa Hart.
Hi, and I'm Brian Hart.
And our experience with Team Lassen Insurance actually started with us hiring them to sell our house. And from that point, it was such a successful run. They did such a great job for us that we decided to explore them as an option to provide insurance. Home, life, car, motorcycle, ATVs.
All the fun things. Yeah. And then, so back in 2011, I was diagnosed with cancer. I had already had a life insurance policy with Farmers. Charlie, our insurance guy with Farmers, went in because he had taken over our new account and investigated and found out that with the life insurance policy there was a critical illness clause in that, and was able to pull some of that money from there, and that critical illness clause that gave us money to kind of help us cover some of the medical expenses.
So it was a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something we wouldn't have known about and didn't even know was actually in our insurance policy until he called us to notify us that it in fact was there. And then what was nice about it is he processed all the paperwork, and I think it was no time at all before we actually received that check. I mean, it was a matter of weeks, which was a good thing because x-rays and tests and chemo, and well, fortunately he didn't have to have chemo, but radiation treatments and doctor's visits, those bills started to add up. And of course, being a family of 4, having 2 small children that we were trying to take care of them, along with all the other bills that you have as a household, they start to add up a little bit. And then of course, not being able to work all the hours that he was working started to affect us a little bit. So it was kind of nice having someone who was looking out for us and able to tell us the things that we needed to know that were going to benefit us in maintaining our household.
Yeah, definitely. And then since then, it's anytime anyone's ever looking for insurance, just him kind of going out of his way looking for us, and that he didn't have to say anything, but it's just really helped us out because we've been trying to tell anybody and everybody who'll listen if they would ask us about, like, who's your insurance company? Well, I go through Farmers, and here's Charlie. And it's funny because if you call him, you might get his voicemail, but you definitely get a call back within a day. He's got a great sense of humor and stuff like that, which our family is all about. So it's pretty cool to have somebody that kind of definitely family as well. The company seems to be family oriented, and that's why we've continued to stay with them, and it's been a blessing to our family.
So yeah, I think we would definitely consider Charlie to be a friend. We don't see him as often now as we used to, especially once we were selling our house, and then once we were deciding insurance-wise where we needed to go. Having had that policy with Farmers initially, the person that had set up those policies for us at first didn't give us a whole lot of information when we set up those policies, and so it was kind of fly by the seat of your pants. We think these are the beneficiaries we want. We weren't sure how to allocate the percentages. We weren't sure, with having minor children, what are those payouts and what does that look like in the event that something were to happen to either one of us. And so it was kind of nice to have someone to sit down and go A through Z through those policies and kind of explain to us how they were set up, what they meant, how are we covered. And what's even nicer about it, I think, is that Charlie will call us every now and again and say, we need to evaluate your policy. Let's look at your house. Where are you at with that? The vehicles that you're driving. Because I think what's important is that they want to make sure that we're covered. So in the event that something should happen, we're going to be made whole. And I think that's what I like about it. I like the customer service piece on it. We did have a kind of serious car accident back in April that involved my mom and my niece, and so it was kind of nice being able to call right away and say, hey, this is what we've got going on, and to have Charlie give us that feedback, like, okay, I'm going to look into it, or here's where you guys stand, or this is what it looks like you're going to have moving forward. So when we sold our house, our other house that we sold, when he walked in the door as a realtor, never having met him, but being the person who was going to be responsible for selling our house, I think you have a certain amount of faith in that person, and you want them to treat you with respect and to be professional, and all of those things make you feel comfortable. And he definitely did that within the first 15 minutes, and I think that's why we didn't even hesitate to consider using them for our insurance, because of the treatment that we had received when he sold our house. I don't think you could ask for anything better than that.
Yeah. I'd agree.
Yeah.